One of the strangest phenomena associated with the moon comes from seismic data collected during the Apollo missions. After astronauts deliberately crashed the lunar modules into the moon's surface, they recorded something that didn't make any sense at the time. The moon rang like a bell for over an hour. The seismic waves from these crashes reverberated through the moon's interior, but the data showed something that was entirely unexpected. Normally, a solid body would absorb these waves quickly, but the moon didn't. The sound bounced around inside like it had a hollow core. NASA scientists were baffled, and some still are. Apollo 12, 14, and 15 all saw similar results. Apollo 12's impact, in particular, showed that the moon had seismic activity that suggested its interior might not be solid in the way we thought. The moon's surface might be dense, but deeper layers seemed to behave differently than what scientists expected. It could be a sign of large underground chambers, or it could be a result of an unusual geological composition. Some believe that this may point to the moon being more like a giant artificial satellite, an object deliberately placed in Earth's orbit. While the hollow moon theory has been largely debunked in scientific circles, NASA suggests it's due to the moon's unique seismic properties. The fact that seismic waves travel through the moon in such an odd manner still raises questions about its interior structure. Could it be that there's more going on beneath the surface than we realize? Now, let's move on to one of the most unsettling parts of this story: how the moon came to be in the first place. The leading scientific explanation for the moon's formation is the giant impact hypothesis, which suggests that a Mars-sized body collided with Earth about 4.5 billion years ago, ejecting debris that eventually coalesced into the moon. Sounds reasonable, right? But some researchers have noted that the moon's composition is strikingly similar to Earth's outer layers. Almost as if it didn't come from a distant random body, but was instead created or placed there by someone or something. In fact, the moon's iron content is lower than Earth's, which has led some to suggest it could have been deliberately engineered. Why? Perhaps to control the tides, to stabilize Earth's axial tilt, or to make life on Earth more sustainable. It's a far-fetched idea, but it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. If we entertain the theory that ancient extraterrestrial civilizations might have had a hand in the moon's creation, it would explain why the moon behaves in such an odd and seemingly engineered way. The precise orbit, the size relative to Earth. These are anomalies that don't quite fit with what we'd expect from a natural satellite. Let's dive into the ancient stories now. Sumerian texts, some of the oldest known human writings, speak of beings from the heavens, the Anunnaki, who came to Earth from a distant planet. The Anunnaki are often said to have manipulated early human civilizations, bringing knowledge of agriculture, writing, and even the arts. But what if the Anunnaki didn't just arrive in ships? What if they brought the moon with them, using it as a tool to monitor and control Earth? In ancient Egypt, the story gets even more curious. The Egyptians had their own myths about the moon, which they saw as something that was placed in the sky by the gods. The ancient Egyptians didn't see the moon as a mere rock in the sky, but as a powerful, active force in the cosmos. They said it was moved into place at a specific time to stabilize the Earth and ensure life could thrive. This idea of the moon being placed rather than formed naturally comes up again and again in ancient texts. The idea that the gods had a hand in its creation or relocation fits oddly well with the anomalies we see in the moon's structure today. You've probably heard about how the moon's diameter and distance from Earth are just right to cause perfect eclipses. The moon is the only celestial body in our sky that can completely cover the sun, casting a shadow across the Earth. This precise geometry has led to many speculating that this might be too perfect to be random. Could the moon be a kind of observation post placed by an advanced civilization to keep a careful watch on Earth? Some researchers, including astrophysicists, have pointed out that the odds of a natural satellite aligning in such a perfect way with its parent planet are incredibly low. NASA's own observations have shown strange, almost too perfect geometric shapes beneath the moon's surface. What they thought were just geological formations may be more than that. Could they be remnants of ancient artificial structures? Some even suggest that the strange light flashes seen by astronauts, as well as the unexplained movements of dust on the moon, are signs that something may still be alive or active on the moon, something that's been waiting for the right time to reveal itself. The idea that the moon could be an artificial satellite, or even a giant dormant UFO, isn't as crazy as it sounds. A number of researchers, including former astronauts, have suggested that the moon may not have formed the way we think it did. Instead, it may have been placed in orbit by an extraterrestrial civilization. It's not just a wild theory either. There are some inconsistencies in our current understanding of how moons typically form, and the moon's proximity to Earth is an anomaly in itself. So, here's the most unsettling part. What if the moon is more than just a natural satellite or a piece of leftover debris from a cosmic collision? What if it's been here for much longer than we think, quietly observing Earth, its strange geology and seismic behavior, hinting at something that's been hidden from us for eons? If the moon is a relic left behind by an ancient alien civilization, then perhaps it's only a matter of time before the truth comes to light. Or perhaps it's been waiting for us to uncover the secret all along. The question remains, is it a warning, an outpost, or a prison? We may not know the answers just yet, but something tells me the story of the moon isn't finished.